Hey guys, welcome back to the GSL Code A Round 2 Day 1-1, our afternoon session. It's BBoongBBoong up against Dream as our next match.
Yep, my favorite farting noise is taking up a Terran player.
Yeah, he is. And he is playing still, of course, on Nada's MJ team. Not to be confused with Michael Jordan. But BBoongBBoong, definitely a top-notch player who I think has gotten a little bit underappreciated.
Yep.
He's gotten back into Code A so many times.
I really hope that he does well this Code A season because, as you said, he's really underappreciated. He's flying under the radar a lot. And he was so often so close to Code S and never really managed to get into the Premier League. Here we go with game number 1, though. Starting to the top left, we have, as I just said, my favorite Korean farting noise. It is the Zerg player for Team MJ. It is BBoongBBoong. And that was actually no joke. His idea was chosen after farting noises.
Yeah.
Which is still very funny to a lot of Korean players.
Yeah.
Bottom right, cross positioned, we have his opponent. Dreaming a little dream. Player for Team MVP, of course. Terran player, Dream.
There he is, and Dream is also, I feel, under the radar a little bit. He actually used to be a pretty poor representative of the MVP team, I would say. But he's actually improved insanely over the past 9 months. I remember the first time I saw him and thought, well, this guy has really improved. This is not the Dream I remember. It was his performance at the MLG Spring Arena last year. And now he's doing extremely well. He actually totally dismantled his opponent in the first round, and he just looked really good multitasking.
I find it interesting that we see such an early drone scout now. Goes out and tries to look what's going on here.
Yeah, he wants to make sure there's no proxy, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess, but then, well, there's so many proxy positions on this map depending on where exactly you start that you want to check that out. But he really wants to know what's going on. We have a lot of Zerg players just completely ignoring this and trying to go for a little bit of a safer build instead. But there is actually a proxy barracks just outside of the main base.
Yeah, the second barracks probably not going to be scouted, in fact. It's a weird 2-racks that we're seeing. Just a 2-racks pressure build.
It's just, it's just really built to the main base. And can do some pressure here. The probe scouts the position, but, well, nothing he can do. Not even take down the SCV.
Yep, he's going to see the orbital. Everything here looks normal. There's no reason that he should believe there's a second barracks.
Oh yeah, for BBoongBBoong, everything. I mean, he just walks in there and you don't know what's going on. Is there going to be a second barracks? Is it going to be one barracks expand play? Everything just looks completely standard. So he will, at this point, most likely back off with a drone, fall back, and with Dream, we could actually see him go for a very aggressive build. His decision now is to be, how many Marines do I want to build? How aggressive do I want to be with this?
Yeah. Spawning pool being a bit late here means that he's going to have to defend this with drones only the first bunkering. And I don't think Dream really wants to commit to this heavily, but he's going to see if there's an opening. 4 Zerglings only started here, and the hatchery finishes before he can start bunkering, so that creep does start to spread.
But he gets more Zerglings now immediately. He also sees the bunker. No queens. The queens are a little bit delayed. He has the resources, but he completely dumps them into things. He should start his queens.
Yeah, I agree. SCV trying his hardest to actually get that bunker up. He's really struggling here.
One of the Marines on the low ground in this pocket that we have.
Yep. I think that's enough links to push this back for sure.
Yeah, with those drones, I don't think there's going to be a problem for him. Bye-bye SCV. Double Queen has been started. Overlord. A few hits here. But those Marines are, yeah, well, not easy prey. There are too many reinforcements on their way.
Well, he will clean them all up, though.
Yeah, he will get them.
And there's the last one falling. BBoongBBoong with a great defense here. Late queens, like you said, that's going to affect his injects a little bit. And it also could have affected his hold, depending on how many SCVs Dream had pulled. But since he only pulled 2, he was totally fine. And Dream is forced, as a result, actually, to build his commander on the high ground.
Another set of Marines is really under pressure. Yeah, boom, 1, 2 down. And this is a lot of aggression by BBoongBBoong. He's really going at this.
Yeah. He made a lot of links, and he's not going to waste them.
Not at all.
Raise depots, and now he's just going to make sure that Comanche's on the high ground. Missourians run away saying, that's right, better build out on the high ground.
double expand actually for Dream, and now the double gas. He leaves himself vulnerable for aggressive openings here, but we don't have gas for Boom either, so we won't see him being aggressive and taking a Roach Baneling aggression or going for just a Baneling bust.
That Marine is safe back there behind the barracks and the rocks.
Yeah.
I would never feel safer if I were a Marine against Zerglings. He could probably kill like 100 back there without a problem, as long as he has enough ammo.
Rambo style.
Yeah, man. Totally okay there. I'd feel safer back there than when if I were in a bunker, even without the +1 range the bunker grants me.
You don't need that +1 range, man. You just want to survive.
All I want to do is live. In fact, I might not even shoot. I'll just let the Zerglings get bored. They're like, this is too annoying. Let's just go do something else.
Drink tea.
Yeah.
Watch the Zerglings.
The Zerglings like killing the barracks, and there's also like an SUV back there repairing it. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
I want to have a cardboard SUV repairing my barracks, and then a couple of cardboard Zerglings because they aren't as scary.
They're not that scary.
No.
I like the Zealot. He seems always confused though.
Yeah. The Zealot, the cardboard Zealot is definitely not the smartest Zealot in the bunch.
Yeah.
You know, the problem for BBoongBBoong here is really that he does not know what's going on the high ground. There could be early or additional double gas, there could even be a Banshee follow-up, there could be anything. I mean, it's unlikely, but most likely there's gonna be some kind of aggression, sorry, not aggression, but expansion. But there could be so many different things that he can't just play it safe. This is why he had to, he can't play it like too greedy.
Right.
This is why he did get his additional Spine Crawler. And now we have him actually with a Roach Warren, which I find really interesting here.
And Ling Speed, he's going to do a pretty big attack, I think, with the 6 Overlords he's making right now. It starts to really seem like he wants to make a ton of Roaches.
Do you remember that game that we've seen at Iron Squid that we just casted? It was tonight, right?
Yeah.
With the 3 base attack with Roach Baneling. That was really strong on Antigua. And was it Antigua?
Was it Whirlwind?
Was Whirlwind, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Exactly, the MA game. That was really, really interesting, and that might be something that we are gonna see. If we see a Baneling nest, I don't really think that it's gonna happen here, but it would be something that would basically grant BBoongBBoong the win.
Yeah, you're right, because there's not enough to defend.
He doesn't, of course, know that. I mean, we have all the information here, so we know exactly there are no siege tanks, there are no marauders. If you hit him now with the Roaches and Banelings, he's just gonna roll over and die.
He's even going double eBay here, but he's got the barracks powered up. He wasted well, not wasted a lot of time, but used a lot of time. He wasn't building units to make the reactors.
He's trying it with Roach Zerglings. The Speedlings are ready, and he's building them. Double evolution chamber to follow this up to be safe against Banshees later. And there comes the extra bunker on the high ground. Dream realizing what's going on. He's like, whoa, wait a second. You're going at it right now? I don't think I have enough. I need a few more bunkers.
Yeah, he may even lift at the natural.
Does he actually see more than those 4 Roaches?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Now he does. I think he may have enough here with the Medivacs. It may have been just a little bit too slow for BBoongBBoong.
I'm just waiting for the Zergling follow-up that never really hit, you know?
Yeah,
He never built this huge amount of Zerglings. He's just focusing on those Roaches alone. And the Roaches alone won't really do it, I feel. He will be able to force this back.
Yeah,
the question is, how many units can he kill before he dies?
Not too many, it looks like. Getting just 2 more Marines. In total, killing 10 workers. Worker count is still in BBoongBBoong's favor, 56 to 46, but that was not very successful. That was a lot more resources lost for BBoongBBoong.
It seemed a little bit half-hearted.
Yeah, it was like he couldn't decide what he really wanted to commit. And he was like, well, I built these roads, I might as well walk across the map with them.
We have the Roach Warren, the Baneling Nest now, but now he can't do that much with them. We have now the +1/+1 attack upgrade on the way. Nice pickoff. This is of course the one timing that we always talk about that you can use these days. When you just try to force the creep back and you go in with your 2 Medivacs, and as soon as a couple of units appear for the Zerg player that you can't handle, you just lift the Medivacs and you fall back. But look at how many queens we have. 6 queens and 4 of them spreading creep.
Yeah, the queen's doing a lot of damage at the back of this fight as well. You can actually target down a Medivac, and he does. And when you do this push normally, you don't have 5 queens jumping on your throat while you're trying to pick up and run away with your Marines.
Wolfie's pulling even more. He's going up to 8 queens now.
The creep spread with this is insane.
And these ladies have been busy.
Yeah. I don't know what type of monarchy this is with this many queens. Like, I'm trying to figure it out, but there's no triumvirate. I don't know what this is, man, but I wouldn't wanna sit at that board.
No.
That's all these queens trying to decide how things are gonna go. Like, do we spread the creep more to the left side, the center to the right side? They'll never be able to figure it out with that many queens.
Seriously, this is just blowing me away. 8 queens right now. And those... Yeah, these ladies are busy. I've seen queens work the streets hard pretty in a couple of movies, but these guys are... Nah, I'm not even going down that road.
Well, I certainly know about that road, and these queens are really busy. And like, you know that Queen Bee in the hive is really busy, but I mean, imagine that times 8. I just don't know how the queens, you know, come up with the decisions. You know, the overlords have their power. You know, they are the ones who grant the supply, but the queens are the little decision makers. They all have to listen to Kerrigan though, so the Zerg government gets really complicated, but they're always trying to decide what they want to spend their money on. It's like, do we really need Overlord speed? Is that something we really want to spend our resources on right now? Or should we rather invest in a faster hive?
They should invest into... Yeah, I think that faster hive actually makes sense right now. The Overlord speed, on the other hand, it's, you know, if you have enough drones, if you have enough slaves, enough workers, then you can actually just make up for that by just going into, well, a lot of money.
Yeah, doing
then you can
both.
afford everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're doing right now. Zerlings have been vying for more rights. So the Queen's decided, yeah, we can give them 2-2 upgrades. It seems pretty fair. Same, though, is being said of Dream's units. He is getting 2-2 as well. He's going to go for a little attack. I don't think this is going to work with all the good creep spread. He's going to easily be able to come and save his hatchery. The drones, on the other hand, are a little bit vulnerable.
Well, Dream is now going for his drop play, and this is actually one of the things that he can do really well on a map like Entombed Valley. We've seen a lot of Terran players in the late game also go for the nukes to zone the Zerg player out to get a very good position at him. But now these queens are everywhere, using transfuses to keep themselves alive, getting the anti-air going, and I have to say that works really, really well for BBoongBBoong.
Yeah, great job so far. And Scan goes down, sees the hive. How's he going to respond?
94 drones, man, that's a lot.
Yeah, you know, consider though, with all these queens he has on the map, 8 of them, and all the drones he has, he doesn't have that much space left for army supplies, so he's going to be careful about that too.
Exactly, that's the one thing that I'm a little bit afraid of for him, because that's going to affect him later on a lot. Unless he gets a lot of spine crawlers and spore crawlers and reduces his work count numbers, then it's going to be fine. But if he really sticks it out with 97 drones and all these queens, it's going to be tough to build this strong army that he will need.
Yeah, really nice play here by Dream. His multitasking is almost unparalleled. Showing great multitasking in that last battle. He had 2 groups of Marines that I thought neither of which would have been able to accomplish anything, but he was able to kill several drones, split against the Zerlings, then get in that choke point while attacking and clearing on creep in the middle of the map. This time, on the other hand, he does not get a very good trade. He may lose all of these medevacs in that.
Yeah, the medevacs getting chain funneled. Bam, and goodbye. All of them crashing down. The Lings are running in, trying to clean house. The reinforcements for Dream on their way. But Dream is falling a little bit behind here. He's still on 3 bases, trying to get this 4th. That's not going to be too easy with the Zerglings now pressuring the SCVs.
Yeah, looks like that command center will actually finish. But Adrenal lands 3-3. We've got the 3 Broodlords coming out with a ton of extra Corruptors for support. This is a scary moment for Dream. He needs to turtle up here for a little bit and then start to go for more drops and hope that he can avoid the Corruptors.
3+3 attack upgrade has now been started for Dream. On the other hand, BBoongBBoong is already way ahead of him with the upgrades. Even getting the armor upgrade now for the air units. And the first Broodlords are also in the picture. Creep spread everywhere on the map. Creeping to the left side of the map, making sure that there's no way for Dream to engage without BBoongBBoong knowing about it. So a very, very solid game of our former Prime player.
Yeah, really good so far. And Dream, though, he's not waiting for Max. He's actually going to go ahead and move across the map now. He wants to put pressure on and try to fight against the Broodlords before there's a lot of them, and try to outmaneuver his opponent as well. That's why you see those drops being loaded up. I think that he probably should really focus more on the drops right now than on the actual attack, and that's what he does. He moves all of his units back, then sends just 1 dropship around the right side. He wants to try to cancel that hatchery at the top right.
It just feels like BBoongBBoong is getting ready to hit hard, and that 1 drop might not be enough to distract him.
Yeah, I'm completely in agreement here. These Corruptors getting a bit overzealous trying to take out that medevac. Yeah. 1 Corruptor just knocking the medevac, but here come the Lings. The split here for Dream is decent.
And yeah, Broodlords have a bit of a hard time to catch up with the rest of the army. But here come the Fungals, good Fungals, and immediately the Corruptors trying to hunt down Medivac after Medivac. Dream dropping down in supply, so does BBoongBBoong, who still has a huge bank though. A bank that he can use, and his +3/+3 is nearly done. So is the +1 armor for the Broodlords.
Yeah, the Broodlord's armor not quite done though, and he wishes he had it against this much Marine firepower. He overextended here. Now those Queens are trying to transfuse each other on their way back.
Oh my god, these upgrades, look at the production tab, they're just now finishing, now when the battle is over. If BBoongBBoong had just waited for 10 more seconds, he would have had all these upgrades that would help him so much. That would help the the Broodlings, the Zerglings, the Broodlords themselves, and now it is Dream who pushes his way onto the creep once again. The supply is still kinda even. Dream falling a little bit behind in the supply, but overall, BBoongBBoong lost more in the last fight than he should have.
Yeah, he did do a decent amount of damage with that drop at the 4th base. The order count is 85 drones, 81 SCVs. It's actually, I think, maybe too many SCVs for Dream, but...
Also, you know, he does have the first 6 Ultralisks now, and he's getting additional 2. And guess how many Marauders we have? Not a single one.
He starts the first one, yeah.
Ouch, he knows now what's going on. He sees those guys, but he will be a little bit late.
Yeah, very late.
And I don't think he has too many techs left either. 3. If he gets a really good surface area here.
This could be dangerous. And the Ultras, though, not quite all able to fire. The Banelings are coming a little bit late as well.
Where is the Infestor support? Without Infestors, Ultralisks just simply are way too bad.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that every Zerg player agrees on. Every single Zerg player you talk to is like, yeah, Ultralisk can be really good, but usually you will need Infestors to go for the Fungals. Without Fungals, it's really hard to make them work. And that's exactly what we're witnessing here. Dream is able to split his army, to just dance away from the Ultralisk, pick them off one by one. And BBoongBBoong is losing so much supply, he doesn't even have the continuous plating upgrade ready.
Yeah, not yet. He did kill, I feel, the biggest thing he accomplished during that engagement, besides trading somewhat okay, was killing the sensor tower.
The problem for him is really that he does not have much better economy.
Yeah, he doesn't have a bank that he can really use to keep throwing units away like this.
Both of these attacks just seem to be a little bit unrefined.
Yeah, exactly. They seem a little bit half done.
The first attack without all those upgrades, 3 upgrades actually in total. So his force was significantly weaker than it should have been. And then with the second attack, he does not use a single one of those Infestors. He had 7 Infestors and they had energy.
Yeah, he didn't use them. They were just chilling out.
Now the switch back into Corruptors.
All of his creep has been reduced, and he hasn't really fixed that yet either. That's one problem that I start to notice as well. He's been reduced to 4 queens, so he doesn't remake the queens, but just getting a few new active tumors could help him spread that creep across and really help an attack like Ultras go across, even help his Infestors reinforce faster.
Dream, on the other hand, he is just pressured all the time, but he's able to establish the 4th base that we see mining here with the Planetary Fortress. And he is in a decent spot. He holds on, gets upgrades, tries to get a little bit stronger in this game. What's problematic for him is, can you double check the upgrades that we have on the Terran player? Because I'm not quite sure if he's on 3-3.
He is.
Yeah, it actually is, okay.
He is getting Ravens now as well. And that's going to be great for Seeker Missile as well as Point Defense Drum when some more air battles start to occur.
I would really love to see Ghost Academies now. This is like the time when you have the resources that you can start to use nukes, and especially on Entombed Valley, this is a map where nukes can be great.
Yeah, I think it's the best map in the pool for nukes, in fact. A few drones going down here. This one, Ultralist, is eventually going to clean stuff up.
The Ultralist is actually so cool, fighting the anti-marine force on his own. He's like, stop that pickets.
I'm just trying to give all the Marines a nice big hug. Another attack here isolates these Marines actually far from home, but they are protected by some rocks.
Yeah.
That's where Dustin Browder's house used to be.
Those are Dustin Browder rocks, guys.
Dustin Browder's house used to be on Entombed Valley, right? We're blocked by 2 rocks. He has a remote control of the rocks actually blow up after 20 minutes. So he just waits 20 minutes, blows up the rocks, and goes to work in Irvine. Then when he comes home, he can take the rocks again.
And because they're Dustin Browder mobs, they regenerate.
Yeah.
When he comes back from work, they're there again.
Exactly.
Here we go, next attack for BBoongBBoong, 200 supply for both of those guys, and trying to walk up the ramp. This time we have the Fungals, there are the Infestors. Where have you guys been? Lazy in the last battle, but this time they are ready.
Yeah.
And this immediately looks a lot better for BBoongBBoong.
Much better. Point defense run goes down. No secret missile. He's dropping auto turrets instead here.
And he also has the Broodlords now to just work well with the Ultralisks on the ground. Really well done. The Queens are joining the battle too.
Even the infested Terrans actually starting to really put a dent on this planetary. I think that this may be it for Dreamin' in this game.
Man, he's down 100 supply already, and if you just look at the units that we currently have at the third base of Dream, that's too much. The Queens are still at full energy. They can start to transfuse the Ultralisk. Go! Save it! There we go.
Nicely done.
Well done. Well done indeed. And now he can use that one. Actually blocks the Ultralisk's path with the Infested Swarmech. That's just mean.
Well, that Ultralisk actually is an example for all Ultralisks.
GG.
And BBoongBBoong takes game number 1, holding off the Turax at first. And getting a little bit excited. He's got to win one more game before he can actually hope to just leave the booth and get some high fives.
He has a very interesting keyboard as well. Very gray. It looks very, very custom.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know what build we're going to see out of Dream on the next map. I don't even know what the map is just yet. I haven't been invited. Which makes me kind of sad. I would like to invite. You know what? I'm just going to invite myself to the party here and join game. Right-click, join game.
And the game is going to be on...
Belshir Vestige.
Yep, Belshir Vestige.
What is a vestige exactly? We've been talking about this word a lot. You know, what is a vestige? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Like, it seems like a place where you could buy sweater vests, if you think about it. Or maybe a place where a lot of vests are left.
Vests?
Yeah, vests, you know.
Would I actually want to buy those on Belshir?
I don't know, but...
I always associate Belshir with Belshir Beach and Belshir Winter, you know, and do I want to vest in winter? I feel like that's not enough. Belshir Beach, why would I wear a vest?
Yeah, I
mean, if there's a beach, I'm not going to wear anything shorts. That's
it. It could be a nice looking vest, though, that you might want to wear on air, potentially. That's not really our style, but...
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, there are two maps that come to mind when you talk about Belshir, and that's Belshir Beach and Belshir Winter, and either you're at the beach or you're snowboarding.
By the way, we are going to wear vests later today.
That's not a vest. That's our Harry Potter outfit.
There are vests, though. They really got them in the Belshir Vestige.
That's a school uniform. That's the Hogwarts style.
I totally forgot we actually have to wear that later, so...
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too, man.
My excitement, it's just... I'm trying to contain it, guys, but it's really so difficult. I'm so excited to wear my Harry Potter outfit later.
Yeah. Well, the map is loading finally here. BBoongBBoong up against Dream.
I should get a red wig. Go as Ron Weasley.
I'd rather be Fred.